Who said that? Oh, howdy friends. I just spent over 10 hours in No Man's Sky trying to answer one very simple question. Are curses real? In-game curses, that is, of course. I mean, real-life curses are a completely different topic. But as far as the game's concerned, are there objects that upon obtaining bestow a curse upon your traveler, stalking you through space? Well, after much trial and error, let me show you what I found. I'm Kanaju, and this video took a very long time to make. But alright, this one's gonna be a weird one, because while searching for this supposed curse, I recorded enough gameplay footage for like half a dozen other videos, from exploration to combat. However, I'm just gonna be focusing on space encounters for this video, so look forward to seeing the rest of my journey in the coming weeks, because there's a lot of quality footage from this particular expedition. Subscribe. But first off, what am I even talking about, right? Curses in No Man's Sky? I mean, is magic even a thing in No Man's Sky? Well, yes. But no, that's not what this video is about. Instead, I'm going to be telling you about a very specific curse that I'm hunting down and testing in this video. You see, I have a pretty methodical approach. So, step 1, pulse through space until I get a random encounter that will bestow upon me a cursed item. Step 2, carry that item around until the curse takes effect. Then step 3, edit together the footage and share my results with y'all. Get it? Got it? Good. Alright, let's get
going.
Well, I suppose I've been
Flying around.
the whole time in the background. And that's because we have a lot of space to cover. So I'm looking for some very specific encounters to make this curse work. These include a Plasmic Accident, an emergency containment device, or a hazard containment field. You see, any of these encounters have a chance of dropping a terrifying sample, a procedural item type known to be cursed. Now, if you're wondering whether or not, this is real or just a legend, I can confidently say,
oh, it's a real legend.
Now, while researching this, most of the comments I found about this sample, on Reddit or other forums, they pretty much state that its description about, being a curse, it's just flavor text. Most people seem to think it's just another one of No Man's Sky's text descriptions that doesn't actually mean anything, just flavor text. However, there are others who vehemently claim that the curse is real, and that it causes a certain space encounter to actually stalk you across the universe. And that manifests as that encounter becoming more frequent and pulling you out of pulse involuntarily when it appears. That sounds pretty awesome to me, and I'm inclined to believe them, so I had to know for myself whether it was real or just an urban legend. You've probably noticed a counter on the screen by now. Now that is the number of space encounters I've had so far while searching for this terrifying sample, not including pirate bounties or scans, of which there were several, if not dozens, so if I had included those it'd be even higher. But remember when I told you that this video took over 10 hours of gameplay to make? Well, you can probably see where this is going. Luckily, to speed up the process, I was able to find an anomalous system that was just full of anomalous planets and encounters. And I'm talking a silly amount of space encounters. You'll see what I mean. Minor spoilers for random encounters, by the way, as I encountered damn near every single one of them. However, I wouldn't worry too much, as I couldn't fit all of their interactions into this video, so you won't really see anything. However, if you're interested in a video about those types of things, now I have all the footage I need, so let me know in the comments below. So, believe it or not, this was simultaneously one of the most entertaining and most boring play sessions I've ever had. Because on one hand, I was pulsing around, mostly empty space for literal hours on end. But on the other hand, some of these space encounters were pretty sweet, and I had a lot of cool pit stops, in between. And actually, a couple of these space encounters were my first time ever seeing them in the game. I'd seen them on the wiki, of course, but in 2 years since they were added, I'd never seen them, so that was pretty cool. And like I said, the system was silly with them. However, after plenty of hours, I was beginning to wonder if maybe I was cursed in real life. It took over 30 space encounters to run into an emergency containment device, as you remember, one of the ones I was looking for. However, it just gave me some useless seeds when I destroyed it. On top of that, I also stopped on a couple of planets in search of worm folios, which I also didn't find any of. So if you were wondering why it's been over a week since I uploaded my last video, it's because I had already begun work on about 4 other videos prior to this one. But the idea for this one was so exciting that I just put the rest on hold and dove straight in. So at this point in my gameplay, after half a dozen hours without results, I was understandably beginning to question my own judgment. That's when it finally happened. Encounter number 57. It was another emergency containment device. This time though, it contained my prize. A twisted orb. Its description reads, an appalling relic, the haunted remains of some abyssal horror. It has lived at least 80 lifetimes, and it will live many more again. We'll stalk the bearer across the galaxy and the next, unless it is sold before the curse can take effect. Perfect! Finally, my poor luck has given up in the face of my persistence. So, I kept warping. Now that I have the dang thing, the curse should take effect any minute now. Yep, any given minute now. Truly, at any second, the curse might tighten its grip on my poor traveler's soul. There's just no telling when this curse will strike. Oh, the suspense. It's riveting, isn't it? Now, imagine how much more riveting it was for me, seeing that suspense stretched out over hours. Yes, the tension was intoxicating. However, what goes up must come down. And on the 77th encounter, on the 25th day of the 10th month of the 2022nd year of this great era, something happened. A plasmic accident, an encounter known to be associated with this curse, by some accounts, appeared before me. Now, after so many hours with almost nothing curse-related happening, this was very exciting. I had just warped to a new system in an effort to try and trigger the curse, and lo, a plasmic accident appeared before me. Naturally, I destroyed it, only to be given another terrifying sample, and a strange notice on my screen.
Extreme subaudible resonance detected.
In my excitement, I forgot that this pretty much always happens when you destroy a plasmic accident. But I was pumped. I was like, yeah, this is the curse for sure. And even more incredibly, the very next encounter was also a plasmic accident. After several hours and over 70 random encounters without a plasmic accident, suddenly I had 2 in a row. I mean, come on, this had to be the curse, right? Right? So at this point, my wife was watching from the couch next to me, and she asked me, hey, did it pull you out of Pulse automatically? That question hit me like a purse full of bricks, I'll tell you what. In my excitement, you see, I hadn't paid attention to that detail. I'd been at this for so long that it was entirely possible that my fingers automatically responded without me noticing. It's possible my own hands had just, automatically pulled me out of warp, and I wouldn't have known the difference because I wasn't paying attention. So, in other words, I had just wasted my best opportunity to settle things once and for all. But, it's not the end of the world, right? Now that the curse is active, I can just pay attention to the next encounter, right? You can probably tell where this is going. I came back the following evening to test as many theories as possible. Maybe the curse was based on a timer. No Man's Sky has used real-time timers before, so it's not impossible that the curse might take effect after, say, 24 hours or so. But no dice. It could be based on warping a bunch of times, since many quests and quest items activate after a number of warps. So, of course, I warped around some more, but no dice. Maybe it required a certain type of system, a red star, a blue star, an abandoned system. No matter what I tried, nothing happened. Nothing pulled me out of warp, and I didn't get any more plasmic accidents, emergency containment devices, or asteroid larvae. I did get another hazard containment field, but it wasn't different in any way from a regular one. I even put a terrifying sample in both my exosuit and ship inventories, just in case it required one or the other. I went to trade terminals, I fought pirates, spoke to travelers, I even checked my Twitter. Nothing helped. That's when I made the most difficult decision of my Wednesday this week. Out of time and out of options, I decided to throw in the towel. I had encountered more celestial beings in 24 hours than the last 2 years combined. I had hunted titan worms, fought sentinels, upgraded my inventory, braved a derelict, earned salvaged frigate modules, and walked across some of the most beautiful landscapes in the universe. In the end, I wasn't able to prove definitively whether or not curses are real in No Man's Sky, but I did reignite my passion for exploration, discovery, and No Man's Sky itself. Also, I have enough footage to make videos for the next month. Made out like a bandit, if you know what I'm saying. So, I leave it to y'all now. Let me know in the comments if you've witnessed this curse firsthand. Honestly, I'm about 90-95% certain that it is a part of the game. However, given the absurd amount of content in the game and all the updates, it's entirely possible that something's bugged it out on my save. Still, I'm going to be leaving those terrifying samples in my inventory for the foreseeable future. If the curse ever does rear its beautiful head, I'll be sure to share it with all of y'all. Also, let me know if there are any other urban legends you'd like me to explore in another video. Lord knows that it's a big universe. There must be others, right? Now, I have a surprise for you at the end of the video, but before that, I would like to thank you for watching and supporting the channel. Leaving a like supports my efforts and lets me know that you think I did a decent job, whether I could prove curses are real or not. And if you'd like to see all that incredible footage I just mentioned, subscribing's free. Alright, so as promised, this was the final space encounter of my journey. After over 100 random encounters, plus dozens of pirate ambushes, this was the only one of its kind. A rogue black hole floating through space. It looks different than the ones I encountered after the Endurance update. The light around it isn't what I was expecting. In fact, wait a minute. What's going on? The event horizon appears to be moving towards my ship. This shouldn't be possible. Mayday! Mayday!